Adam Schefter joined the Pat McAfee show to give what he calls the first positive update about Christian McCaffrey of the entire season. So to me, what this means is he's gotten some definitive information in order to be able to say this. Now, I don't think anything that he's saying is brand new, but the fact that he is feeling like this is a true update and a true indication of where Christian McCaffrey currently stands and where he currently plans to return sounds like things are really trending in the right direction. Take a listen to Adam Schefter as he joins the Pat McAfee show to discuss Christian McCaffrey and when he believes he will return to action. Take a look right here.
Here, as of right now, might be the first positive Christian McCaffrey injury update of the entire season. Yep, here we go. Ready? So far, he has not had any setbacks during his recovery. I don't want to jinx this, right? Knock on wood. I don't want to jinx this, but he has not had any setbacks. And he has looked strong. And right now, yeah, he's poised. He's poised to get back, I think, after their bye and play against the Buccaneers.
Wow. Christian McCaffrey back against the Bucs.
Here we go.
Because they showed him on the side.
Now, again, hold on. We thought he was going to play in the opener.
Sure. No.
And then all of a sudden, that Friday before, setback. But I think we could say it this way. Right now, he is tracking to play against the Buccaneers.
So again, nothing entirely new. We've been anticipating that Christian McCaffrey was aiming to return after the bye for probably month and a half now, it feels like. So nothing crazy there. But the fact that, and this is the distinction, is, you know, these guys, like the newsbreakers, that they will make it crystal clear when they are providing kind of speculation opposed to a report. He's presenting this as a report, meaning that this is the information coming out of the San Francisco 49ers headquarters or Christian McCaffrey's camp, wherever it's coming from someone, a source close to the situation. So when you hear that he's had no setbacks and you hear that he is absolutely aiming to play against the Bucs, I believe that to be true. We did hear from Ian Rappaport before the game where he mentioned that there is a plan for Christian McCaffrey to return to practice this week when they have their bonus practice during the bye. And from that point on, that puts him on track. And now you add this report from Adam Schefter. It does seem pretty darn clear that Christian McCaffrey is going to return to action sooner rather than later. And you just kind of think about it. It's like, man, the 49ers are 4-4. They've been able to rely on Jordan Mason. Now Isaac Orendo is really stepping up and playing well. And now you're going to get the offensive player of the year back. You're going to get a potential MVP caliber type player back into this offense. And that's pretty awesome. Also considering you didn't have Juwan Jennings, you know, you're now without Brandon Ayuk. Debo's been a little bit banged up, and the fact that you are now heading into the second half of your season with a player that you haven't had for the full first half of the year. And we understand the importance of Christian McCaffrey. We understand how much he means to this offense and what he does to defenses and how defenses completely change their scheme when Christian McCaffrey is in. So if you really want to look at it and think about it, it's like CMC has kind of been like a crutch for the 49ers offense, maybe even Kyle Shanahan, maybe even Brock Purdy. When you have a player of that caliber and teams are so worried about getting beat by him, they do things that are uncharacteristic. You get probably more one-on-one coverages and things of that nature because they're so worried of getting, you know, beaten by CMC that, you know, the 49ers have gotten different looks. They've seen different things and, you know, maybe things that they wouldn't see with Christian McCaffrey back there. So I do think there is positives to take away. Is not only did we learn about Jordan Mason and Isaac Orendo and how good those guys can really be, but also how this team reacts to these defensive looks and how they get themselves into good spots to make big plays. And now you add arguably one of the biggest playmakers in the entire NFL back into the offense. After a bye, you would have to assume fresh legs. You know, we've seen Christian McCaffrey out there at games on the sidelines for the last 2 days or the last 2 games in a row where he was kind of MIA before. And I do think it just speaks to his where he's at. He's back out there. He's in the mix. And we saw him talking to Tom Brady. We saw him doing a bunch of other stuff, you know, in the last couple of weeks. So I do think that this is a really, really strong indication that the trend is that Christian McCaffrey will play against the Bucs week 10, November 10th, after the bye. And man, you want to get the San Francisco 49ers heating up at the right time and playing their best ball down the stretch. That's a good thing. That is a good thing. You know, you don't necessarily want to play your best ball at the beginning part of the season. You want to play your best ball at the end of the season, and you want to get hot at the right time. And that is a real big silver lining for this team is they're 4-4. They didn't dig themselves too much into a hole. I believe they're half a game out of first in the NFC West. You know, they did put themselves in a hole, but not a big enough one where they can't get out of it. And now you add Christian McCaffrey back into the mix. The NFC, for the most part, is pretty wide open. And you really do have an opportunity to get hot at the hottest time. And by adding CMC back into the lineup, oh my goodness. Boy, did we need that. And I know there was a lot of comments and concerns if he was ever going to even return this season. Obviously, the bilateral Achilles tendonitis is oh boy, that sounds like a daunting injury. And obviously, coming off the Super Bowl and the Achilles injuries to Dre Greenlaw, very sensitive to that particular injury at the moment for 49er fans. So the fact that I can guarantee this isn't them rushing him back. I think 100% understand that he needed the time. He needed the time to get right, and that's what they did. I think that they followed a very specific plan. I don't think they're rushing him back at all. I think he's ready to come back, and it's time to get CMC back into this offense and really start to see what the San Francisco 49ers are all about. Let me know what you guys think about this in the comments below. And as always, make sure to like and subscribe for more updates.